might try to upset, but you get into that game free. No smokes this time around, so standard run up. Nothing too exciting.
Yeah, no smokes on the enemy side, just securing some vision. I believe that the Radiant Ward has been scouted out, right? The Dire one was popped a little bit earlier, and they're pinging it out. So let's see if Kaka goes in with the sentry immediately.
Oh, they act like they didn't. Okay, they're gonna act like it.
He was just testing for the tower, I guess, right? Because it's nighttime.
Yeah, just to be sure, as well.
Yeah, but the act was on point, you know.
Cock of the actor.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, we don't have a ward here. I'm just gonna, you know.
I wonder if they'd find it a bit suspect there were multiple heroes running up to towards that area while that happens, though. Oh, Cock of the actor, not going to be able to snag anything away. Does drop a lot. Blinding Light backwards, and he is first blood for XM.
Yeah, actor in every sense of that way.
Acting for the other side now.
Yeah. And the acting wasn't successful with the ward as well, as they do lose it in the end. But nice try. Nice try.
You know, like there were multiple heroes running down as they find DY. Root is out, so they're not going to be able to chase as much. But Piggy Killer finding themselves in a pretty good spot. First blood their way, even bounty runes coming out, and the ward trade on mid. Let's see how it unfolds. Again, XM on that mid. Medusa up against Paparazzi's DP. Usually, you know, as a DP, you don't tend to enjoy ranged matchups too much. How do you feel about this solo Medusa versus DP lane?
I was thinking about Medusa overall, and I'm thinking that in solo lanes she should be doing even better, right? Because you get to spam your snake, and you shouldn't be losing that much mana that fast. So you should always be able to replenish it, unless there's like some huge rotation coming in. And yeah, that Prophet isn't really a hero that can burst you down. So I feel it should be solid for the Medusa. On top of that, you got the first blood.
Yeah, should be feeling good for XM. And I think one thing as well, right? You're allowed to go for your mana shield now at level 1 and 2. You can go for your much more typical build-up instead of wasting the point on split shot by your 2 or 3. So it feels a lot better for the Medusa there, just having the 0-2-2. It's really nice. Maybe a little bit overtuned for the laning phase, actually, with that change on the C patch. So that should play pretty nicely into XM. We're already seeing him control the lane pretty well. Not bullying out Paparazzi, but also not really caring as he turns it into a farming lane.
Yeah, I don't think that we should see a kill per se on this lane, right? Like maybe on top.
Maybe up top. They get the skewer back there. Not quite enough. I mean, you have a lot of repositioning here. We're so in sync with
nice segue, man. Very nice.
We're thinking with portals. That's what we're doing. Valve,
same thing.
Portal 3, please.
Together with CSGO, it's coming out. CSGO 2 first.
CS2.
CS2, yeah.
We're back again. Oh, Blinding Light 12 just being really annoying to Ghost. Not enough to kill him off again, but the chakra spam on Skewer back and on even just the shockwave spam, it's pretty annoying for Ghost. As a melee hero, you can't really do too much about it. The Oracle can interrupt to an extent, but you can't really punish it as much. Although you are fairly low on Frisk.
DY? Yeah, he was trying to get in position, but he was afraid of being skewered. By the way, up to this point, the lane was maybe easy for Piggy Killer, but now that you got level 3 on Oracle, I'm not so sure anymore. Like, the burst damage is significant suddenly.
Yeah, and you've been steadily low on Ava every time he's been making these moves. Out of regen, not quite enough for the Ring of Health just yet, although he should be able to buy it out in the side shop. But again, the regen values were nerfed a tad bit. And there should still be opportunities presenting itself there for DY. Let's see if they'll be able to find those opportunities. Taking a look at that last lane, we haven't really talked about down bot. Fly on the Monkey King. He did have his Earth Spirit around, but Mercy has rotated mid for the moment. And they are up against Kaka down bot along with JT on that Nyx and Doom. This one, again, you know, you flex the Monkey into the Doom lane. You really don't mind this matchup too much. Do you feel like there's some pressure here on XG to try to bully out Fly, or are they just accepting it's a farming lane?
Well, at the moment, they're accepting it. Earth Spirit even TPing top. Look at this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, does connect. DY, not in a good spot. Blinding light backwards. The skewer misses. They find a kill eventually. On to 2 for Ghost to be in safety, but they are getting aggression out.
Yeah, and Monkey King, meanwhile, he's apparently fine on his own. Like, he is playing into 2 melee heroes, right? So, Monkey King is considered one of the stronger laners versus melee. And they, like, Nyx Assassin was never a strong laner, so he can't really do a lot here, which frees up the Earth Spirit. He rotates top, gets a kill. Now he's back mid. Like, one big thing that he was doing is getting the runes away from Paparazzi. He's going in.
Next on the roll, kickback as well. Don't know if they have enough damage here as Paparazzi's healing right through, and Mercy will fall, gets punished for that play.
Yeah.
Oh, loses his boots. Not a good feeling.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. Like, you're diving a Death Prophet that's level 5 under a tower. She had the raindrop. Well, it was dropped into the backpack because of the Mystic Snake spam, but still. And she had a ton of magic wand charges very far. Like, you're not killing her. I'm not sure, like, what the plan was. But that's it. Just the Medusa factor. You're not feeling the hero. You don't know how much you can do.
We'll try again. Mana is draining on XM. He's exposed. Kickback saves just for the moment. Just enough HP. 131. Frisk. Let's bail out. Frisk on the hunt finds Kaka, squashes the bug. Could get squashed himself as DY and Paparazzi clean up. They don't find the Dusa, but the pressure is forcing a huge response out from Piggy Killer here.
Yeah, DY actually rotates mid, puts down a sentry because he thought that Nyx Assassin rotation was scouted, which wasn't necessarily the case. They didn't see the Nyx, it was just that they anticipated the move. JT.
Kind of playing tag a little bit with Mercy. Stunned to stop him. Fly does have the Jingu charged up. Try to twack away to roll. Connects. And he should be able to body block, double stun for time. The kick is there. Just one more hit. One more hit on JT. Maybe 2 now.
Maybe 2, yeah. With the ice armor. Kotl gets the wisdom rune, yeah.
Yeah. Snag the wisdom runes on each side. No opportunity for DY there, so an even trade. Overall, a very even, very tempered game here, Blizzard, for Game 3. A little bit calm with some aggression mixed in, but no overcommitment so far, except for that one play from Mercy. But, you know, you're playing Earth Spirit. Sometimes you just overcommit, you get excited, you roll in, but...
Look, if you're not rolling under the tower as Earth Spirit, minute 4, you're doing something wrong.
It's just one of those things. Skewer back here onto DY. No follow-up for Ava. He does get good harassment. Magic Res does come in with the Fate's Edict. So, damage coming out with the Illuminate coming there as well. Good heads-up play. And yeah. Like, I guess it's one of those things with the Earth Spirit. Like, if you're not diving, it's like the Undying of old days when you had solo Undying up against a tri-lane. If you're not going crazy there, then you're not playing it right, as they do jump Frisk, dropping low, but not in range to cast the last few spells. Haste out from Kaka. Still trying to find this horseman, but yeah, horses are fast.
Probably one of the fastest heroes in the game as well. Just with the boots, 400 movement speed. Kind of hard to catch him.
Very speedy, especially at night, when you get that add movement out. So easy enough to dodge out, which is always funny when you're watching someone with haste try to chase him. Doesn't quite pan out. The passive game does lend itself to be a little bit more even, although CS is on the side of Piggy Killer. We are having a really free time for XM, despite that one loss.
I feel like even though it looks like their draft is much greedier, which it kinda is, I guess, on the side of PK, Fly is going into a defusal. And this is something that he's not really unfamiliar with. When he was playing in IG, he was always the sacrificial. Not always, but most of the time he was playing that very active core that just fights in the mid game. Meanwhile, Emo was the true carry from position 2. So kind of a similar thing happening here with XM. XM with the Medusa is the true carry here. He's the one farming the triangle. Meanwhile, Monkey King will be fighting a bit more. Plus, the defusal won't hurt him that much, but this might doom.
This could hurt. Yeah. They get the doom off, and they should be able to find the damage to take out Fly into a push for the Exorcism. Lizard, we're just two of one mind. That's it.
Yeah, this great minds think alike, man. That's it.
Not they do. And getting some movement out as well. They know Cock is isolated for now, but not gonna be able to fully commit. Level 8 now on XM. Feeling good on that Dusa, keeping up with a farm that Ghost has been getting on a relatively abandoned lane now up top. So Dusa's still not lagging behind too much, but Ghost should start to pull ahead, especially as he inches towards that Radiance. One starts to contest him.
Yeah,
movement out top just a little bit, but
I feel like the positioning of the medium and small camp here is, well, he might pay the price here, but he's hiding in the tree as well.
They go the wrong way.
Yeah, nicely done by him. I think
they get spotted by the creep.
The medium and the small camp that's just behind tier 1 tower is like so easy for Alchemist to stack and farm. I think it's also one of the reasons why the hero is really strong at the moment. Like a minor reason, but it doesn't hurt. Just it's so simple. You're stacking up the medium and the small camp. You're getting, like, let's say these mud golems, and you're getting that small creep with the bazillion goblins. Like, it's a lot of gold for an alchemist.
It is. I don't know if that's a smaller reason. It feels like that exact thing with side camps on mid before was one thing that dictated favorable mid. So I think it's actually bigger, Lizard. You're right. This is pretty important for a hero like Alk. They find Fly, and they fully finish him off. They skewer forward. They've got the RP in the Wukongs, but the damage is also lacking to take care of Ghost as the False Promise comes in.
Yeah,
that's 2 ults for 1.
Ava was trying to use the RP properly, the skewer that is, like, but he couldn't find. He was really aiming for the angle in which he gets both the Oracle and the Alchemist in, and then he got no one, right? Like, he didn't skewer either of them.
Sometimes it just falls flat. Trying to gun for both of them. Still, it maintains equilibrium in this game. Nothing explosive happening yet. Smoke out from Mercy and Fly. And this was where things start to get spicy. With Fly still trying to use that defusal up. JT has been left alone to farm up. Like he has been allowed to go for Midas first. And he does draw the circles down bot. So you know something's up. And Fly just shows himself as he just farms up that camp. Radiance fully done on Ghost, and this is where the farm really escalates for the Alchemist. Though again, the Dusa can keep up to an extent if there are stacks built up, but the stacks have been cleared. So not as much to flash farm through here. With its kind of pacing from the game, do you feel like it favors either side, or is it just equal? Dead equal with this kind of pace?
I don't know. Like, if you look at Piggy Killer, like, you think Medusa and Monkey King should be able to fight off the Alchemist later on, so maybe they're benefiting a bit more from it. You also have a Monkey King that did go for defusal, but he's farming fast because of the Empower too, right? He's got that to work with. On the other side, you have this DP. Like, DP wants to be taking objectives. She wants to be playing fast. He's going for mech Greaves, right? Like, if you're Paparazzi, you're not happy with the stalemate. You actually want to be just on the aggressive constantly.
Yeah, you've just been stuck playing this farm game. So not able to really gun for anything more than just these side tier 1, safe lane tier 1s coming out here. Let's see when this equilibrium does break. Blink up on Ghost. Could try to make some plays, but not protected. Got the BKB up and running just yet. So, I'll have to wait out a little bit more. A lull in the middle of the storm. Calm before the storm is what I was thinking of. You can certainly tell that I don't know what I'm saying anymore at this point.
It's fine. You've been casting for how many hours now?
Since 4 p.m. yesterday, and it's now 2:30 p.m. my time. Interesting. I didn't think about that. That's pretty cool.
So,
hey,
almost a full day.
It's fun.
A marathon.
Yeah.
A marathon.
With a few breaks in between, to be fair. Kaka scouting out, finds Fly.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But they will still get the stun with Ghost, and Fly will melt. Interesting.
What was the carapace for?
Yeah, maybe he was expecting a Boundless?
Maybe he thought
Perhaps.
he had Battle Fury or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, I feel
Power,
like maybe it's been inactive enough that they didn't see that. Maybe the Empower, probably that. So, yeah, it's fine. All else well ends well. Find a nice simple pick off. Ghost getting that kill is pretty big.
Yeah, it's just that the game is very slow, right? 7 kills, 15 minutes in. We haven't really seen a lot of plays across the map. X-Assassin just getting some pickoffs here and there. I'm still waiting, and there you go. Yeah.
They smoke up. They've got that blink on Ava. This could be the moment breaks open for either side. Let's see. Sneaking around onto the triangle. Paparazzi does break the smoke, but Fly's in the tree line. Not spotted in that jump up. They've got a rough idea here.
Good vision.
Ward spotted out, but they do manage to get the RP and Skewer back. Wukong's a bit disconnected here. Boy forced to save himself. They are starting to run in the middle. Fly's starting to melt, but he does get Boundless Strike off with the Jingu. Still is set to die with Doom up and running on him. And tail out, but Mercy trying to roll into the backline. Not quite finding anything. XM does manage to at least find EY on top of that Paparazzi kill.
Maybe the Alchemist.
Ghost comes in. Can they melt through the mana? It's a slow process.
Nice Manta dodge.
Stuns, but it catches two. Oh, it catches one with a dodge. But they've isolated XM. The issue is, I don't know if they're doing damage right now. Ava, drop low, JT as well, Skewer back. And they will find an additional XM. The mana shield's starting to disappear, but they've got Chakra in a few seconds. This is Medusa.
Well,
what a hero.
Maybe
Stun comes out. Can they kill? Can they kill? Yes, it looks like they can. Frisk walks away from Medusa. No Chakra left. Eventually. Mech comes out.
Chakra comes.
Chakra again.
Yeah. Is there Impale? There is.
Oh god, this takes a million years, man. There you go. A million years for a Snake Lady to die. And they find Fly again. Ghost just laying the beat down with the right clicks. Inhibit does hold him back, but Ghost still finds that kill in the end. Frisk and Mercy not able to provide relief.
Crazy fight,
and
right?
It's crazy in the sense that you don't really know if someone's gonna die. There's a lot of saves. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It went back and forth, and like the way Piggy Killer are initiating is just so unfortunate. This is the second time that Magnus goes in. His RP isn't really. Look, he needs to get Oracle no matter what, but not necessarily only Oracle. When you have vision behind the tower the way he did, I felt like if he jumps like a millisecond earlier, he gets 3 heroes. But instead he jumps a bit later and he gets only the Oracle, which he doesn't even kill in the end, as he had that ulti. Still though, they had more than enough to take the fight in the end. To take down a couple of them, but they lose the Monkey King, the Medusa. So I'm not even sure who came out on top there. Probably XG. All things said and done. Even though they respawned their heroes, right? And they fought back again.
Yeah, I think that's still a solid win for XG. Maybe that little ward placement coming out there from Frisk kind of caught catching them prepared on the side of XG right next to the sentry. Probably signaled that. Doom did come out on Fly again as JT set to run off. Ava looking for Skewer, doesn't manage to land the shockwave, but the roll also a bit short. And the double stun from Kaka, they can turn this. A huge silence coming out as well. Now they've got the EXO running, and they catch these heroes out. Fly gets the Wukong Saw. Does manage to get some sustain going in the RP, dragging them back into the Wukongs, but Flyfly is gone. And now the Dusa are isolated, all alone. No protection. Frisk just looking to run as far as he can to provide those chakras, but the mana shield is gone. They get the kill again. It's just Frisk against the world. The Horseman just forced to run away. XG. I mean, JT, it looked like an awkward Doom, but it pays off.
No, I really think if you're Magnus right now, you need some words of encouragement. Like, the game isn't going well for you. You're missing even the simplest of things, like a shockwave. I think the morale might be a bit low. And Carapace for the Illuminate. But this is one of the reasons why Nyx is so good against him. Like, this last fight, the RP, by the way, was on 3 or 4 heroes, I'm not sure. And even that RP was bad because it skewers everyone on top of Medusa, so she falls even faster.
Yeah.
As the RP would have been good if you used it earlier, when you had your heroes actually alive and dishing out damage. But it happens a little bit too late.
Yeah, like, they tried to centralize it on the Wukongs, but Flyfly is already dying at that point, so they can't maximize it. They'll go for the... Well, they're going for a sneaky play here, ambushing someone.
Yeah.
That ambush on Mercy and translate that into the Tormentor as well.
They will drop low here, so maybe...
Well, not low enough. Yeah. Oh, they stole it. The Illuminate actually snags that. Frisk?
Frisk, God, yeah. Okay, I was like, wait, why did their spirit? What happened?
He snagged it down. I haven't seen that one. And that's actually a pretty significant shard as well on Earth Spirit, the Geomagnetic Grip on allies. So you can get that pullback on your Dusa, get that repositioning to save XM in the middle of these fights. That could provide some openings for Piggy Killer in some of these awkward engagements.
Yeah, definitely. Keeper of the Light, keeping them in the play. If that's the thing, right? Like, there hasn't been any crazy change in which... Yeah, there hasn't been. There's no way. I'm thinking, like, is there a way that the Radiant Tormentor always gives... No, but there's no way. That's just stupid. That's just dumb.
Would be interesting. Not quite.
Yeah, it would be like, yeah, let's kill this thing that gives them a shard, you know? Makes sense.
Yeah, kill this thing that makes you lose even more. Damn.
I'm sure my teammates would do that.
I mean, it is a Tormentor. That's one way to torment you, right? Surely?
I think we're all tormented enough.
That is true. And now it's Roche's time to get tormented as well, as XG make their way into the pit. And they've got the output here with Ghost. Slowly but surely. Don't want to have to pop the Chemical Rage for this. They are expecting maybe a bit of counterplay out for Piggy Killer, but Piggy Killer not even interested in searching this area, and they will just commit the XO. Speed up this process a little bit more. There is a DD for Piggy Killer to find in the interim period, and they will smoke now.
Why wouldn't you commit the Alchemist ult as well here? Like, if you're committing the XO at this point, I mean, just...
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm reaching a bit, Lizard. You know, I'm trying to justify.
No, I get it. Like, maybe there's a fight instantly after, but if you're committing the EXO, you probably don't want to be taking a head-on fight after, but maybe they will. Let's see.
How do you... Looks like they will. Kaka's trying to scout. Already pops a Vendetta on the creep wave. Roll. Doesn't manage to connect, and doesn't manage to get the Spike Carapace usage out onto Mercy. Be able to find that kill simply. And they find more. But if Piggy Killer is on the retreat, they smoke up on XG to find his flank. JT still has that blink to him and does find the target they'd want. Grab the Dusa, get the Hurricane back as well. Now just need to melt the mana, but without that Vendetta, this is a process. The big RP once more, but there's the Wukongs. The Silencers there on Flyfly. No instant response. They lose the Dusa. Again, you get these RPs from Ava, but it's just not at the right time. These are massive, but the coordination, it's just a bit off.
Yeah, I feel like they're just lacking damage at this point. Even with the coordination, you don't have what it takes. Maybe if Medusa wasn't doomed and if she was able to hit, then perhaps. But the Monkey King, what does he have? Echo Saber and the Diffusal Blade. That just doesn't really hurt them at this point. Alchemist is way too big with the AC. The Greaves, the Halberds from the DP. The Crimson Guard on Doom. Like, the amount of damage mitigation that they have is a bit too much.
They catch 2 out there as well. For the Carapace. Should be able to find that punishment on the Geomagnetic Grip already showing its value for Mercy. Aims to support, solo support, but the high ground is still under siege. Let's see an angle to stop this. No RP, maybe a Blink Skewer from Ava. That could be the opening, but doesn't look simple to find that. Oh no, half mana gone. XM does manage to get gripped away. Already in a risky position. Does have the snake to top up. Only onto 1. Not too much mana.
We are the creeps.
Next.
They're very far away.
It is fairly far. Yeah. But Xtreme has no reason to really back off, it does look like. No real threat on them. They're just going to wait for Chemical Rage to be back up. But a lot of time left on that Aegis. They have Exo back up as well on Paparazzi. Oh. Gonna force out this fight early. Exo out, Backdoor does disappear. Get the pullback once more, but the skewer backs there onto Kaka. Ghost just jumps in, gets a double stun. Damage flying through. But a Crimson Guard to protect just a little bit more. They find Fly early. XM does get the Stone Gaze off. Buys himself some time. But he has lost most of his mana now. He's in a dangerous spot to grip again to stall. A double stun. The RP. Can he get them into the fountain? No, he gets pulled back. Doesn't finish the skewer.
That's why the Valving Gripper. That's it.
Oh, man.
The Hurricane from Doom.
That is just sickening.
He will die at least. The XM still has a lot of mana to work with. So with that Skadi, perhaps he can defend. Skewer back.
Oh. Ghost does not have a Chemical Rage. Get the Doom off, but so many ways to save that Dusa. All the way back into the base. Kaka just trying to find a pick off where he can, but starting to feel like the damage is starting to stack up. Got the presence of the DP. They don't even find a Rax. Punishment coming out from Piggy Killers. They're chasing outside. Ghost though channels up the stun. Has Chemical Rage back up. Gets that kill onto Mercy. Looking for more. Paparazzi though in the front lines. Dropping low.
Here comes Fly.
Stoned up. Is going to fall down. Fly back out from Mercy. Fly back in the middle of this fight. As Ghost is up against World. Aegis is there, but where's his follow through for the second life? It's not going to have the backup. JT's not ready to back him up in any way. Couldn't find that kill onto Ghost. The overextension from Xtreme. I mean, it looked like they had some angles, but they didn't find the kills.
No, they definitely had the angles. The problem is, like, you're going way too deep. You're going way too deep versus a Magnus and a Medusa. Like, you still have to respect this hero a bit. She has that Skadi. She's hitting you from distance. You can doom her, yeah, sure, but you won't be killing her. Like, overall, Xtreme Gaming now doing something similar to what they did in game 1, and that's show little respect. Just sitting on that high ground for what, a minute, waiting for the creep wave, then going in. It's like they're telegraphing everything that they will do, and Piggy Killer, yeah, they have their fountain there. They can prepare for it. The main problem is the Medusa with the Skadi. Just sitting in front. Like, if you don't deal with her, yeah, you're probably not going to be able to take down the high ground. You need to get a pick off first.
It just goes back to this point of trying to break the Dusa, where it does feel like you're kind of banking on Kaka to just try to vendetta through. Maybe even try to go for your level 18. Well, that's still a ways off for Kaka, but like a double vendetta feels like maybe the simplest way of softening up that Dusa. Easier said than done. Piggy Killer keep themselves in the game. They lose a tier 3. Rack's still standing. They fight against the Aegis. They do manage to pick up the shard from DY. So having that Reign of Destiny on the shard, it's pretty massive. The heal amp is huge as well when playing with that Alchemist.
The Reign of Destiny. Yeah.
It's a great one.
I don't think
it's a great name.
I don't think I actually did buy it once when I was a core Oracle, but that's it. Besides that, I never bought it. I didn't play Oracle in a bit, to be honest, though. Like, the hero has been resurrected recently by Liquid. Like, Insania had some insane Oracle games. But before this patch, like, he was pretty dead, right? Wasn't really. Yeah. Like, you'd never see him in the games.
No. Like, even in niche circumstances where it feels like you could use the Dispel, and your core could use that save, the False Promise, it never really popped up. So it's got its second wind. Certainly a lot of utility there. We are seeing some solutions come out now. Ghost is working towards the Disperser. So the Diffusal on hand. Just some mana burn, some additional attack speed coming through. Should help in trying to manage XM if it's still manageable. It feels like the Deuce is still in that realm of manageability as they find Fly up top. Get that simple kill.
Yeah. That's the problem, right? Like you're playing with the Medusa, you're playing with the Magnus. You're a Monkey King, you have to be taking the farm that's not really considered safe. And you can get picked off, like they have heroes to scout you, bring you down. And that's exactly what XG needs to do. They need to find a pick-off before pushing this high ground. Pick-off on a Medusa would be obviously the best, but anything is good as long as it enables them to push high ground. By the way, XM has MKB now too.
Yeah, that's huge. The Deuce's output is just skyrocketing now. Doesn't care too much for that Radiance burn. Try to smoke out there on XG, but don't find any additional pickoffs there. Just go for that siege on the tier 2 top. No contest from Piggy Killer. No need to contest, because they know their strength lies in the high ground now. And this feels like the point in the game, in this patch, where you're at 30 minutes in, you've got a 16k lead, but you've lost a couple of fights to the opposing team. I tend to see this as the point where it starts to stall out a bit. Still, Piggy Killer is the one going for the smoke play now. Trying to dip outside her base. Oh. Go forward, dodge out. RP onto tree. Viewer back. Is this the play? They've got the control. They've got the Wukongs down. The damage is coming through from XM. The Doom is out. The silence is there. Kaka is dropping low. They do manage to get the Reign of Destiny and False Promise up to stall out on that death of the Nyx, but the inevitability is still there. And they will melt. Jump in from Ghost, though. Cleans up at least one. They focus in the Dusa. Does manage to get the mantle off. Very durable, but should still fall.
And
that was a big opening for Piggy Killer, but it just falls flat just a little bit.
How the hell are they winning these fights? I can't even believe what I'm seeing. Like, the RP is perfect. The Wukong command follow-up is perfect, but there's just not enough damage, I guess. Even with the Medusa, with the MKB, with the Monkey King having that ulti, with the skewer backs. By the way, Eva, the words of encouragement definitely worked on him. Like, that smoke... Okay, so that smoke works for them, or should work for them, because it gives them that moment of surprise. Xtreme Gaming is expecting them to wait on the high ground. Instead, they smoke up, they go in, they get the RP off, and still they don't kill anyone. I guess way too much utility, right? From DP, Guardian Greaves, Crimson on Doom, Halberd on two of them, like both on DP and on Doom. Like, just plus the Rain of Fire, the Rain of Destiny, sorry, not the fire.
Yeah, I mean, the heal amp is just huge. The stall out as well, keeping Kaka alive as long as possible to get some utility out in the middle of the fight. And just lack of damage. Like, sure, you can machine gun down this XM right now, but you don't have your crit stick up. Not even the crystal is up and running. Trying to farm into the Daedalus now. At that point, perhaps that fight turns differently if you had that item up. Just wasn't there yet. Roshan being cleared out by the side of Xtreme. Aegis cheese for them to take. No contestation coming out instantly, gating up top preemptively on the supports. Let's see if they try to force this fight around this area once more. Right, they are taking the Tormentor and Piggy Killer.
Yeah, maybe that's what they were hoping for, to TP in and get to the Tormentor fast enough, but they might still catch XM. He's the only one left remaining. Or Fly, actually. He's going in. They know.
This doesn't clip. They get the tree cut in Fly. Chain stunts are easy to follow up on. Deleted. The Monkey King goes. That's one pickoff. You mentioned this. For the high ground, any kill counts. Should simplify that process to pressure onto these objectives, as we haven't seen progress on the map from either side for a while. This should be the opening for Xtreme. Piggy Killer, I mean, they've got the RP. They've got that high ground play. They don't have the Wukongs, but maybe now you're just banking more on the Medusa anyway. XM's positioning needs to be on point. And Xtreme pay their respects. They don't push it too hard.
Yeah, there's still a tier 2 on mid lane. That's kind of simpler to take, right? Go mid, take that first. Even if you have Aegis, like if you get skewered back on the Alchemist, maybe they can take you down deep inside their base. You can't follow up. So, like, is this combo Magnus and Medusa, right? Like, you get RP'd and skewered back, or just skewered back, and then there's the Stone Gaze follow-up so that no one can actually come and save you.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to kind of work that one. I feel like maybe the best way to chain stun is just RP and then just kind of time your Stone Gaze to look for a decent enough fade time. As they catch Fly again, they get the Doom off. The grips are there, the Force Staves are there to bail out. Well, they'll drag Fly away, wasting that Doom from JT, but it is a Doom with an Octarine up, so mitigated cooldown just a tad bit. Working onto the refresh as well. Pings are out onto Ghost. No, he's alone for the moment, but I'm not going to risk that jump. And Ghost is starting to queue up our Ags. What's our highest utility Ags? Is it just straight up the Doom, JT's Ags?
I think so. Like, who else would you give it to? Nyx Assassin? That's the second one. Like, it's Doom and Nyx. You don't want to give it to DP. Like, that agonist is still kind of shit, I guess.
Yeah.
On Oracle, False Promise. Yeah, like, the invisibility is nice. Actually, 25% bonus spell damage. And 0.25 reduced base attack time. Like, I never even read it. Like, it's pretty good, right? Yeah.
I didn't know about the base attack damage, base attack time, the BAT.
Yeah.
Actually, if you think about this weird positive feedback loop for Alchemist, he gets the Ags buff on himself. I mean, he gets the bonus now, right? Feeding that away. Then he gets reduced BAT with False Promise on him. On a hero that already has the lowest BAT in the game. That sounds kind of interesting to break the game. So the Doom is the most straightforward one. I think the Oracle one is probably also worthwhile in a very interesting way.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm keen to see that. No, he switches out, Lizard. He goes for the Swift Blink.
Just because he wants to make the Agonist later on. That's why. He'll get it. It's only 36 minutes in the game, you know. So it's
still early.
Still early. We have an Alchemist, so we're talking about item 7, but it's still early in the game. Do you think is there a way to break a hero with the attack speed so hard that he loses the animation? You know, like in Warcraft, if you give someone enough agility, they just start like bzzz, you don't even see them attacking.
I don't think there's a way to truly break the game though, unfortunately, like that. Unfortunately, but I would love to see it. Oh, they waste the Vendetta there just a bit.
Skewer is off.
Cooldown's not too far. They siege onto the high ground. Fortify is forced out. But they are still able to just rip through. XM not really doing much to Ghost. So if you ignore the Dusa, doesn't feel like you have any issues. They'll be able to find at least one set of racks. With half a minute left on that Aegis. And they'll be more than satisfied right now on XG. Looking to swing mid with the Exo still running, but not too much time left. No Chemical Rage as well on Ghost. So maybe a bit dicey. They pay their respects once more. Back off. Play it safe.
Yeah, you might have to reconsider the BKB on Medusa. Like, he is queuing it up. Now he has Daedalus queued up too. I feel like Daedalus might be a bit better. If you get the BKB, they're just gonna continue ignoring you. You won't really pose a threat. If you get the Daedalus, maybe you dish out enough damage. I don't think so. I don't think even with the Daedalus it's enough. But they're smoking up. They're doing the same play they did earlier.
This could be an interesting one if they find another good angle and get that coordination with Ava. It does get broken this time by Kaka. So they're ready on the side of XG, but the concoction, blink away is there from Ghost. Opportunity doesn't present itself. So Piggy Killer not able to do what they want to. No openings there inside of XG. They find a lot of bounties. That's a lot of gold coming out for good old Alchemist for Ghost. Full Swift Blink up.
5 bounties.
Now is it time?
Yeah.
Is it time for Ags?
Let's see. I hope so.
Maybe he'll go Moonshard, but I think the Axe, just get the BAT. Way better than Moonshard.
Yeah, right? Definitely. Just for science, if nothing else.
Starting to posture around. Mercy. Rolls out.
Oh, they found him.
They do get the Yules. And the stun and the silence, but the Force Staff is there. Ghost committing, gets the 2 stun onto XM as well. Really awkward fight with that Will-O-Wisp coming out. And Ghost isolated. He's in the middle of all of this. The damage is starting to stack up. The RP onto multiple again from Ava. Dragging them in back to the Wukongs, but it's still not enough. They get the Doom off. XM's starting to run low. Is vulnerable. 4 staffs are there to save. But they will find a kill. They find one onto Mercy. The immediate buyback is there. They will find XM. No buyback on the Dusa this time. As it all falls apart, he bought out the Daedalus there. And he buys it out, but he doesn't find the kills. 3 down with no buyback. 1 dieback already on hand. XG. This could be it.
This could be it. Yeah, 60 seconds without the Medusa. Can they do something like the Kotl and the Magnus? Very unlikely. This might not be thrown, but it should be 3 sides at least. It should be mega creeps. And yeah, like, everything worked out well for Piggy Killer. Like, it didn't work out well. Like, the beginning of that fight was good. Like, they get the Alchemist deep into the Wukong's command. They separate him from his teammates, so they have to commit too deep. And because of that, they use the RP on 3 heroes, and GG is called. Yeah,
they called. Yeah. It's a well fought game from Piggy Killer. Maybe the scoreline doesn't really show it, but there were shining moments for Piggy Killer. It's